Are you sure you can do without this bag? Welcome and welcome back to the Macrè Bag YouTube channel. I'm Martina and today we'll show you how to make the Aria bag. But first I want to thank you because today we've reached 100,000 subscribers on this channel. 2 years ago when I started the business and all the social channels, I didn't think I'd be able to create something so huge in such a short time, a very strong community, so many people united by this passion. So today, to celebrate, I want to show you exactly how to make this bag. A very simple bag, but I think you'll use it all the time, both day and night. And as I said, it's easy to make. We only used a classic cord, then added these 2 snap hook rings and our little shoulder strap. You can find them all on our online shop at macrebag.it. We'll work on it with a number 4 or 5 crochet hook. It depends on your hand, whatever works best for you. We'll carefully explain all the steps, this base, how to do the edge, and then the stitches for the body. It's very simple, very fast. I think you can make it in 2 or 3 hours without any problems. We made it in this chocolate color, but we also have other versions in many other colors, more or less warm, summery, or maybe even a bit softer. Let's start the actual video now. As always, my mom will show you all the steps to make the bag, while I'll explain it in words. I'd like to ask you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, click the bell to receive notifications, and also follow us on our social channels. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. See you at the end of the tutorial.
Let's take this classic chocolate colored cord and work it with a crochet hook 3.5. We're using this slightly smaller size because we want the work to be a bit stiffer. Let's start by making a slip knot, wrap the yarn around like this and pull the yarn through this way. And now let's make 7 chain stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the last one 7. Including the initial slip knot, that makes a total of 8. Now let's start working the very first row of single crochet stitches, but we need to turn our chain and work into the back side. That is into these little loops you see here. So let's insert the hook again, turn it, and with the hook I go to pick up this one from the back. Exactly. Basically I skip the first and go into the second. I go in here, yarn over, pull through, yarn over again, and close. This way I've made the first single crochet. Again. Now I go right into the very next stitch and then make another single crochet just like before. Now the third one. And with this we've done all 7, also working into the last stitch, which is the loop entering from the back. Now we make a chain to raise the work, turn it, and here we start making simple single crochets. So I go in here, you see, picking up both loops, yarn over and close, and again in the next one. And we keep going like this. For each row, we need to make 7 single crochets, make a chain at the end of the row, and move on to the next one. So let's continue, and we'll show you the finished panel. Here is the finished panel. We have successfully made a total of 29 rows in this pattern, and this is the beautiful result we have achieved so far. Now, in order to give the piece even more shape and structure, we are going to edge it carefully. Starting with a full round of single crochets, we have just finished that very last row, which was the 29th. And now right here at this point, I am basically going to make a simple slip stitch to secure it. Here you can see in this little spot that forms, I yarn over the hook again and close, and now we will work along this diagonal. Here you need to be careful because you have to insert the hook into 2 very specific stitches. One here in these 2 loops, you pick up these 2 strands and make a single crochet. Like this. And now instead in the little hole, which would be the last single crochet made in the round, yarn over and close again through the 2 loops like this, yarn over and close, skipping the stitch in this way. You see, once you pick up from the loop, once you insert into the stitch, we continue like this practically along the entire side until we reach the corner. Once you've finished this whole side, You see, the result is starting to look like this, and you can really notice the difference compared to the other side, which hasn't been worked yet. Now we find ourselves at the corner, so basically we insert the hook twice, making 2 single crochets into the same stitch. For a specific reason, because we want to give the corners a slightly more oval shape. And here we've inserted the hook twice. Now this is the shorter end, which is placed on top to close up here, basically on these shorter sides. I always have to insert the hook into the 2 loops, it's easier to see. I yarn over and pull this short end through. We place it on top, which is the starting end, so at least it gets closed as well. And we do it like this. Then we reach the other end. And there too, we make 2 more single crochets into the same stitch, and also on this other side. Again, we insert the hook twice. Inside the stitch, many people also choose to make 3. Usually at the corners though, the shape of the side gets a bit larger this way. In this way, it turns out tighter. And now we simply continue here and work as before, inserting into the little hole and through both loops. Now that we've reached the last stitch, this will be the result. You can see this base we've made, which is completely finished, with a round that's definitely much nicer and more precise. Now let's close the last stitch. So I insert here and make a single crochet, and this is basically the starting stitch we just worked. And we're done. Now, simply I pull the yarn long, cut it, and we'll make an invisible seam because this base needs to be completely closed. So, taking the crochet hook, I insert it into these 2 loops, skip the first one, and pull the entire yarn through. So now, again, I insert into the loop, the last one just worked, inside the 2, and pull the yarn through. With this, we've made the invisible seam. It's not visible. Now let's turn the work over and hide the yarn ends. So what I essentially have to do is go into these small, intricate knots that I find on the back and carefully hide the yarn so it stays securely in place. I make about 5 or 6 stitches so that the yarn is nice and secure and won't come loose. All the yarn ends are cut. Here is our finished base, it's done, and now we simply move on to the next step. Basically a first round of single crochet in the back loop only. This will help us to basically create the corner. This separates the base from the body of the bag to do it in the best way. Let's fold our base exactly in half. The outer part, this one that stays here, is the one we worked on, where we didn't hide the yarn ends. Now we take the central stitch and insert the crochet hook. So I go in with the hook inside this V. But I also specifically pick up the back loop. This way the corner will form much more cleanly and even better. Now we take the new yarn, wrap the yarn over your hook and pull it through just like this. Then yarn over once again and close the stitch. This way we have basically attached the new yarn securely to our work. Now, I'm going to insert my hook directly into this next loop, right beside the previous one. After taking both of those loops onto the hook, we are going to wrap the yarn over and pull it through to make another complete single crochet stitch. This is called a single crochet in this context, and at the same time, I'm also securing the shorter end of the yarn. And we basically continue like this. We need to go all the way around. Only in this way will we form the body of the bag, which will show you how it turns out later. Let's continue this round by making single crochets in the back loop only, for every stitch we find, even at the corners. Now let's move on, and we'll show you how to proceed at the end of the round. The first round is finished. You can see you start to notice a separation between the base and the body. This is due to this type of stitch, and it will definitely become even more noticeable in the following rounds. Now let's close up and show you how to finish. Basically, I need to insert the hook into the starting stitch, which is basically the chain, yarn over, and pull it through. And here I close both together with a slip stitch. Now we will start making rounds of back post double crochet stitches, so I'll show you how to raise the work. We slightly lengthen the loop, place our finger on top, and make a full 360-degree turn. This way, with the yarn, now I insert the hook again into the worked stitch. Yarn over and pull through. In this way, if I keep holding the yarn, we end up with 3 loops, just like you get with double crochet stitches. Now, yarn over again and close the first 2 loops. Yarn over again and close the remaining 2. This allowed us to make the first double crochet of the round. Now yarn over, insert the hook into the next stitch. Here in this area, since it's always a front post stitch, I insert the hook like this, yarn over and pull through. I have these 3 loops, close the first 2 and then close the other 2 right away. And again, let's continue. It's very simple this way. I always have to pick up both loops to see it better. Inside the V, I pick up this outer loop and I always take the one underneath as well. This way the result will also be neater. So I yarn over, go into these 2 loops, yarn over again, and I go to close it. And we keep going like this, continue all the way around, and then we'll show you how to close and move on to the next steps once finished. You can already see, even in this first round, it's starting to become much more visible. There's a break because we're starting to work upwards, and now we close. And this type of closing will need to be done every time at the end of the round. So I insert the hook here, basically inside this V, always picking up the back loop as well, yarn over and close with a slip stitch, just like we did before. Now we pull up a loop, always keeping our finger on the yarn, and turn 360 degrees like this. We go back into the same stitch again, picking up both loops. Yarn over with the hook and pull through. I have these 3 loops. Yarn over and close the first 2 together. Yarn over again and close the remaining 2. This is how this stitch was made. Now once again we continue with more rounds of back post double crochet stitches. We'll show you the final result. Here we have all 18 of our stitches completed. This will be the result. This is the body of our bag, and we've practically reached the closing. Here, simply to close, we make an invisible join, so we lengthen the yarn. We cut it, now skip 1 stitch, go into the next one and pull up a loop. Pull the yarn all the way through. Again, insert the hook into the loop. From this side, the one I worked last, and pull everything through. The yarn, we turn it. Then carefully and firmly secure the yarn inside by making several small tight knots to keep it in place. In this way, the body of our bag is completely closed. We're done. Let's add the accessories and the bag is ready.
If you follow all the steps, this will be the final result. Very simple and very easy to make. You can find everything you need on our online shop, macrebag.it. I'll say goodbye now. Thanks again to all 100,000 of you, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.